Hey folks, welcome to the vlog. I know we haven't been doing as many of these lately. I tried to get them out, Wednesday, Tuesday. Sometimes it's at the end of the week depending on the schedule. I do other things sometimes besides vacuum cleaners, so bear with me. Now, we're just going to start the vlog off with storage and collectors. And I have this PowerCast, which I love, and it's like one of the things it's so weird. It has to be in my collection. But the cover's off it, and the fan is in my vacuum room because it stunk, and I could not figure out what the hell smelled so bad in my vacuum room. And I had a full SIBO D4 bag, so I threw that away, thinking that was it. No, wasn't it? It was the bag in this thing. And because of the rarity of this machine, and knowing that this machine was only owned by collectors, and it had only had HEPA bags run through it, I didn't break it down to the motor or anything. I just did what I did on camera. You all saw that. Fuck, this machine stinks when you leave a bag in there. The bag was maybe a third to 40% full or so. So I chucked that bag. I left it out of the vacuum room. Originally, I left it in the vacuum room and still stunk. I just brought the whole machine out here. Yeah, there's no smell in the vacuum room other than, what I use to polish vacuums with. So, glad that's over with. Little note, when you're storing them, if you do use a machine, do a lot of pickup, definitely get rid of the bag. I know that seems obvious, but, when you have as many machines as I do, sometimes that gets a little lost in the mix and the excitement. So I'm having to rearrange some of my things. I think you see what's going on. It's that time of year. It's July. It's time to change my central vacuum bag. I am so glad MD is still making the bags for this unit with the open top, and it's not just closed top, because I like to see what I get when we open this up. You can see we've been doing a bit of vacuuming. So it's nice to just change this when I need. It's right here. You can see I just sucking up all sorts of nasty stuff. Of course, if you have the closed top ones, you don't have to do what I'm doing right now, which is take another vacuum and just quickly clean it out. I don't think most people would do this with this sort of thing, but again, I happen to do this just real quick. Hey, real quick, the reason why I'm using the Henry with this is I don't want to breathe any of the dust, and it acts as kind of a ventilation in a room that has no ventilation. As you can see, the bag is about the size of my Henry compact here. Very, very full. Give you an idea of what that looks like. And compared to the unit, right there. So off camera, I just took a Clorox wipe and wiped all the black stuff that was there. It's about 4 years of buildup. I also checked this. I see a real need to replace that. There's some stuff from whenever that was manufactured that wasn't dyed the same color, but again, I don't think it needs to be replaced. So here is our outer bag, and again our genuine MD inner bag. And what used to be is I used to tuck it in like about so much. Now it rides just right up on the edge, which again I'm okay with how they're doing things now, despite it seeming like you're getting less. But I'm still able to get 6 months of dirt out of a bag with some room to spare, which again I'm very okay with that notion. And then I always just tuck it in like so. Now, the next thing, because mine is a newer unit, it comes with this. And what this does is this just seals it like so. Again, this just keeps the dirt and debris out of the edge of this. You don't have to put this in, but it makes changing the bag and makes everything seat in a little bit nicer. So that is that. I am happy again with these bags, even though they physically are smaller than the older bags, but I wasn't using the extra volume. So again, I understand the manufacturer's decision now, especially to change it. So I also always wipe out my lid every 6 months as well. You can see that dusty bag I was telling you about that came out of that Royal in there, just next to it. The MD bag just dwarfs it. And the other thing for me with this process, because I do store a lot of my collection in here, is now I need to vacuum the vacuum room. Well, which vacuum do I use? That's always different. I never do it with the same one, but every 6 months I end up doing it. I was going to use the Henry, and I think I'm going to do the edges with the Henry. But, you know, this recar was just speaking to me today, so let's recar the room. Well, that certainly did a good job, and it was fun to use. If you ever get a chance to get one of these, I highly recommend it. Actually, I highly recommend that machine too. They're both equally as good and fun and quirky to use. Well, I've put everything back. Still have a few vacuums in here. Give you an idea what that usually looks like. And then I decided to put my Eureka sanitaires just on the side and give them some more attention. I just swipe up whatever's on the side and switch it out occasionally. And this is, if you remember from last week, this is the hose that came back from Utah. So I'm happy to have that, and that stores there. And then I have my ET1 there, and I also have the CBK 340 if I want to do this room, or really any of the low pile carpet in my basement is proper for this. And that's also great because now I can use that central vac on the tile here. I have an outlet on the other side of this door, as you can see. This outlet is super handy for cleaning this little tile walkway. Now, not all videos are all repair all the time. Sometimes I can't go off-site or I'm filming reviews and things. I recently had the opportunity to go off-site, go to a friend of my wife's house who uses this cordless Dyson primarily, so I brought the Zero G, of course, and filmed that. And this was the gift that kept on giving. And the reason being is those same people also had a broken down shark that I cleaned out thoroughly before use. Anyways, this thing was nasty and disgusting. And it really proves why disposable filters are a good idea. You don't really want just a washable filter because it degraded, and they had never washed it, and the filter had degraded. I mean, it was just fucking nasty. Anyways, so of course I did the other room with the Zero G as well, and just pulled out a massive amount of crap from their carpet. So you'll get to see those. I'll post those first to Patreon, don't you worry. But I have to get around to editing that, and with 4th of July weekend, that's going to be a minute. Well, folks, have a great rest of your 4th of July. and I'll see you in the next vlog. In the meanwhile, happy vacuuming.